Hi, and welcome to the team call. And today is Thursday, May 12th. And there's just a few little things I want to cover really quick. Um, I'm gonna start the beginning out just a little. I don't want it to be like a Debbie Downer moment, but I just wanted to talk that just make sure that you're operating your business with integrity, because one of the groups I'm in, they have spoke about just making sure that you're running it that way, because some things are happening right now that even in my own personal business that are not good and makes our business look bad if you are poaching customers and poaching coaches, any of that stuff. So I wanted to start, just make sure you're just operating with integrity and the way you would want your business to go. Okay. And the other thing I want to talk about, I know JT's on here, but I keep seeing everybody talking about Teamsy, and I just never looked at it close enough. And now I just started just this week, and I actually really, really like it. I'm like, oh my God, why did I not do this like right away? Now I feel like I'm like the girl that's trying to hang out with the cool kids and catching up now. So if you haven't looked at it, it does have a 30-day free trial. I was super impressed with the way it uploads everything. It already recognizes stuff. It rates these people. And it literally, I go into it and it tells me who to message that day. And you can skip them. You can have a certain kind of follow-up set up with that person. Some people I've been doing like a cold invite right away. And then some people, if I haven't talked to them in forever, I don't want to start out like, hey, you've seen stuff in my timeline. You want to join my team or join my challenge group? And yeah, they're not going to respond. So I've been kind of just doing that little, hey, what's up? I haven't talked to you in forever, that kind of thing. So it's nice that I'm like kind of recreating those relationships again. And one of the other things with Facebook is when you message someone and you get talking, your stuff starts popping back up into their Facebook newsfeed. So getting these people that you haven't spoke to in a really long time, it's going to benefit you. They're going to start seeing your posts. Another thing that I'm really excited about is you can now add more admins to your app. And that was something I was like, oh, I really hope they do this, because I like doing challenge groups with my coaches. It's more fun, and then everybody can post their own stuff. And now we can have 10 admins, which is pretty awesome, I think. And the group that I'm running right now on the app, everybody's posting like every single day. Everybody's posting that they're doing Shakeology, their workout, or everybody's posting pictures. I don't know why it seems like it's so much easier and more comfortable for people to post their sweaty selfies in there than they ever did in the challenge groups. I don't know. It just seems weird that they're more comfortable in this app. And the other thing I just saw Carrie post in the group that I didn't see yet, I'll post it in my own personal team page too. But if you haven't seen it, go to Trendsetters. And Carrie posted in there that Beachbody is now partnering up with Ironman. So at all the Ironman stuff, they'll be promoting our performance line. So make sure you read that, because it does say in there how you're supposed to advertise it, talk about it. You don't want to be creating your own e-cards or anything like that. So you really want to follow that and stay within compliance. With all of that jibber jabber with you, I am going to, who should I pick first? Let's see. Let's have Diana go first, because now I know that she's freaking out that I said that. So I'm going to let her speak, and she can share her awesomeness with you guys, and I'm going to mute me.
Sounds good. So I think everyone pretty much knows who I am. Diana Keeler. And first of all, I just have to share that when Jen asked me to talk tonight and I picked the topic of gaining confidence, I shared it with Cassandra and Amber, and we all had a really good laugh, because if you know me, I am like the queen of no confidence and anxiety. So that's another reason why I chose this topic, because it's something that I've been struggling with a lot. And I've noticed that, I guess let's say I've looked at my business, and I've been a coach for 2.5 years, and I've been sitting at diamond rank for probably 1.5 years now. In this last 2 months, I've been struggling a lot. Like, I've never struggled this much in my business than I have this last 2 months. So I was looking at what I was doing. I'm like, I'm still being consistent. I'm doing everything that I've always done. And I was like, oh, I'm doing the same thing that I've always done for 2.5 years. Like, I'm stuck in my comfort zone. Like, I haven't been pushing myself because I'm just comfortable. So a little bit about me. As long as I can remember, I have always struggled with having no confidence. I've struggled with anxiety. In school, I would never raise my hand to answer a question because, God forbid, they would call on me and I'd have to talk in front of everybody. I don't like to be the center of attention, even if it's good attention. My wedding day, best day and the worst day of my life. I wouldn't call and order pizza. I would hardly make a doctor's appointment unless I had to, if somebody wouldn't do it for me. I would never return anything because that meant I would have to talk to people, and that totally put me out of my comfort zone. And so that kind of continued as I got married. I had 2 more kids, and with that, I gained a bunch of weight. And so on top of having my little anxiety and no confidence, like, I was kind of a hot mess. Like, I absolutely had no confidence. I became a hermit. Like, basically wouldn't even take my kids to the park because, God forbid, somebody would see me there and they would talk to me. And same with my marriage. Like, my husband was super frustrated with me because I had no self-confidence. And I remember one night, it was like my nightly rant. I was telling him, how unhappy I was and how much I didn't like the way that I was, and that I couldn't change it. I'd been that way for so long, and it was just a part of me, and I couldn't just change that. He looks at me and he goes, "I love you, but change it." And I was like, oh, total dick. Like, what? I can't just change that. And then, that just kind of stuck in my head. And I woke up the next day and I looked in the mirror and I thought, I am so unhappy. Like, what is wrong with me that I have no confidence? Why do I feel this way? I don't want to live my whole life this way. And he was right. Like, I needed to do something to change it. Like, nobody else was going to do it for me. Nobody could help me do it. I needed to do it, but I just didn't know what I needed to do. Again, if you know me, you know that I am a faith-based person. I am very passionate about my faith, and I believe that God has a plan for everybody. He knows who you need, what you need, and when you need it. And just so happens, I came across Jen Kelly's post about her being a coach and the success she was having with the programs and stuff. And basically, I signed up with her, joined my first challenge group, and that was a beginning of like a whole new life for me. Now, like, I didn't just jump into the challenge group and like gain all this confidence. Like, obviously it took some work, a lot of self-growth. And I went on my comfort zone. Like, it was going out of my comfort zone from the day one, even, working on myself and becoming a coach. So not only did I just transform like the outside of me, but like I totally transformed the inside of me too. So really, what have I been doing to gain confidence and grow as a coach? I don't believe that those top coaches, I don't believe they just like were born confident and like born great leaders. I think they decided that they wanted it. They figured out the steps that they needed to do, and they did them, and they do them every single month, and they hit their goals every single month. So the first thing that I kind of had to do to myself was I had to commit to myself. I had to tell myself, I want this. This is what I want. I'm going to do it. I want to support my family this way, and I'm going to give it my all. And when I made that commitment to myself, I was like, oh, shoot, like things just got real, and it's going to get really hairy because I'm going to be really uncomfortable. But I also knew that if I didn't push myself out of that comfort zone, nothing was going to change at all. So you hear a lot about coaches having aha moments. And I've had a lot along the way, some small, some big. But recently I had an aha moment. A local spa in town had called me and wanted to know if I wanted to team up with them. And she was transforming her spa into like a health and wellness thing. So she wanted to know if I could offer my services to her clients after they get done with her so that they could continue their journey from home. And I was like, yeah, like that's awesome. And at the same time, I'm going, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out because I have to like put myself out there. Like I have to be confident because like people are going to know if I'm not confident. So, and people are attracted to confident people. So I was like freaking out. Again, I believe that door was opened for a reason. And it's actually reminds me of a personal development book that I've been reading. It's called The Kingdom Woman. It's faith-based, and it says that, in order for you to fulfill your destiny that God has for you, like it's always, he will shove you out of your comfort zone. So I was like, that's a sign. I'll take it. He's like shoving me out the door. So now I'm sitting here, I'm going, oh my gosh, now I have to meet with this lady, right? So I go and meet with her, and we're talking, and I was telling her all the things I wanted to do with my business. And then she's like, well, why haven't you? And I was like, of course I like made excuses. Well, I'm like, oh, I couldn't find this, or, I wanted to do a fit club, but I just haven't found a space that's rent free. And she like started listing all this stuff off, like where I could, get contacts from. And I was like, yeah, I feel really down about myself. Like I felt stupid. So I went home and I caught up Amber and Cassandra, because we all kind of live in the same area. And I said, hey, you guys want to do this fit club thing? Like, let's just do it. And they're like, yeah, let's do it. So then I got on the phone, which is crazy for me because I don't just pick up the phone and call people I don't know. So anyways, I found a program that was already existing that we could just kind of jump into and do our fit club. And then I was like, why not? Let's do some more. So then Amber's like, I always wanted to do a shake and share. You want to do that? And I was like, never done one. Always wanted to. Sure, let's do it. And let's just say that, okay, so it was totally out of our comfort zones, and we failed. Our first shake and share, it was Amber, Cassandra, me, and it was all of Cassandra's family. So, but it was a really good learning experience, and it was a good like dry run for us. So we totally failed, but that's how we learn. Our first fit club, oh my gosh, I was so nervous. I was like sweating up a storm, and it literally was Amber, myself, and my mother-in-law. It was 3 of us, but like it was so much fun. And honestly, I can tell you now that I kind of look forward to pushing myself out of my comfort zone, because I'm starting to see the things that are happening, and it's like getting me all jacked up. Like my like page, like since I've been doing this and like reaching out and doing things that I normally wouldn't do in the community, I'm getting likes on my like page every day. Like I'm meeting new people, I'm starting new conversations. It's been crazy. So, I mean, the bottom line is that we're in the business that requires us to grow. If you're not going to push yourself out of your comfort zone, you're gonna sit in your comfort zone. You're gonna sit at diamond rank for 1.5 years, and your business is not gonna go anywhere. It's just gonna sit there and do the same thing that it's always done, because you're doing the same thing that you've always done. So really, that's really what I encourage you to do. Like pick one thing a week and push yourself out of the comfort zone. I know, like Amber and I just talked about when we were sending 20 messages a day. Like never message dudes. Like no, it's always women, right? Because dudes make me uncomfortable. And Amber's like, I'm doing it. She sent like 20 messages to all men. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay, you totally inspired me. I'm going to do 3. Like she does 20, but I did 3. But the fact is that we pushed ourselves out of our comfort zone. And like, she already had like, I think 4 or 5 conversations with guys. So I'm already seeing the change in myself from pushing myself out of my comfort zone. I'm doing things that I never even thought that would be possible. From I wouldn't even order pizza, and now I'm striking up conversations with random people at this free fit club that I'm like hosting. Like, whoever thought I would do that? That's crazy. My husband's probably, he doesn't even know who I am. Like, what happened to the old me? So yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Just getting out of your comfort zone, because you never know what's going to happen. And every time you do it, it gets a little bit easier. I promise. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Even Bernie Stark. So that's all I have for y'all.
You, Diana. I love listening to you, because this is so not the person I met up with again a couple years ago. Seriously, guys, if you could have seen her at that coffee shop when she met with me, I thought if she could have jumped out of her own skin and ran away, she would have. She was like,
I would have.
I mean, you have known me. Like, we just hadn't seen each other for years, but that person I saw that day at the coffee shop and then the person you are today are 2 completely different people. You have really broken out of your shell. And I'm not going to say it's all because of Beachbody, but I think it's helped you become who you really want to be. And, you've kind of just embraced who you are, and you're not afraid to share that with people. So yeah, I love your story. I love listening to you. Okay. So now we're going to have Amber Lehnherr on the spot. Are you ready, girl?
Okay. I wanted to say real quick before I get started, back to that comment you made, Jen, about the app, and people like posting more than in Facebook. From what I've heard, from what I've had people tell me, is even though we tell them it's a secret group, they don't believe it. They see their posts in their feed and they freak out and think that other people can actually see it. So I think they just don't, they're afraid that somebody else can see it. So in the app, who else can see it? So I don't know.
Well, that makes a little bit more sense. Yeah.
Maybe that's true.
I guess now that you've said that, people have said, oh my God, can they see what I just posted? Like if they posted any before pictures and freak out. I'm like, no, the point of, and I'll send them a screenshot of where it looks secret or whatever. It'll tell them that it says the only people that can see is the people that belong in the group and that kind of thing. So, okay, that makes total sense. Didn't even think of that.
Yeah. Just thought I'd share that. So I'm talking about recruiting, I guess. I had a great March and had a lot of discount coaches sign up. For me, I've just been sending out a lot of invites. I've been doing mostly just the cold invites, and just staying on top of the follow-ups and just sharing what I do, sharing my love for everything that Beachbody has to offer, and putting that seed, planting that seed with them as to what they could get out of it, whether it's just the discount or, or the business potential. Still hoping for some business builders in there, but there's really not, I don't know, a specific science, I don't think, to what I've been doing. I haven't had a ton of success as of lately. How soon are you following up with them? If they don't respond to my initial invite, I kind of just ignore it. I might go back to them later. But if they say, hey, yeah, send me some information, I get right back to them. And then I just kind of stay on top of them every couple days. I try not to do it too often because I don't want them to get sick of me and block me, which I have had people do. But whatever. And I try, as far as how many times I follow up, I would say probably, it depends on the conversation, but I go back at least, I do the 3 times initially, and then I'll go back maybe a week or 2 later, and I do probably 5 or 6 over the course of the whole process, because I want to just stay on top of them. They're not gonna, I've had people take a year to finally follow up and say, yes, I in fact, I had somebody I think I invited in February that the other day just messaged me out of the blue and said, I'm ready. Plexus didn't work. So, I don't know. I guess that's really it. I don't really know how much to say about what I'm doing.
Are you basically just doing that invite process?
Yeah.
Have you, are you in the Diamond, the 7-day push to Diamond? Okay. Are you using that?
Yes.
Script? I really like that. I feel like you can personalize that one more.
Yes.
I like how it just seems.
I'm kind of doing both.
Yeah.
I definitely, with all the men that I messaged yesterday, I used that new script. And I do like it. I think I'll probably start using that one more because you're right. I think we can tweak it a little bit better. And I like how the information's laid out in it.
I know Diana gave me, she personalized it a little bit more. And I thought it was pretty cute. I actually sent it to Danielle the other day too. And it just said more or less, you kind of like look at their page. I think she sent me one that maybe, she said, you know, like, let's just say, oh, hi, Amber. I see that, you know, your girls are getting big. I can't believe they've grown so fast. Where's the time going? And then she throws in, I hope you're, you know, getting outside, enjoying some of the weather. I wish the flip-flop weather would stay. And then she leads into that part where it says, you may have noticed on my Facebook that I'm running another boot camp. I like that because you can personalize that with just kind of like making that a little bit more personal. A couple that I've been sending to people that I actually know, I've been kind of just tweaking a little bit to like my personality and, you know, something that I think, you know, everybody doesn't have kids or everybody maybe doesn't, you know, love their job. So I try to think of like things like saying, oh, I wish the weather would stay nice. I hope you're getting outside, not working too hard, that kind of thing, you know, and then leading into that. So I think this one is a little bit more personal and you can kind of make it a little bit more fun. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Are you, when you're sending to guys, are you saying, obviously you wouldn't be like, oh, let's get some flip-flop weather. They'd be like, no. Are you making it, I mean, how are you wording it to them?
I didn't really stray too much from what the script said. I just kind of threw in a little blurb about what this has done for me, and I guess just that's about it. I don't know. I haven't done anything special with the guys with it, I guess.
Yeah, I can chum with guys.
I would definitely have to change the part for me, like where.
You go.
Figure it. I was going to say that, Amber, you're not switching it up. Like, what did you put for, you know, what has it done for you? Because I think I put like something about like, you know, gaining more confidence or something and better energy. And I don't think a dude would probably respond to that.
I've said, you know, I've lost 60 pounds and I'm, you know, eating better than I've ever eaten before. And I forget what else I said. There was something else. But just, you know, yeah, just little snippets of how much healthier and happier I am.
Okay. Sorry, Jen, you were froze, so I just talked.
Are you trying to tell me that my internet is not awesome? Thanks a lot.
I'm sorry. It's freezing up a little bit here and there, but not bad. Okay.
Don't tell me that. Okay, I think Jen, JT said she had a question when we have a sec. Do you want to talk, Jen, or do you want to type it in this?
No, I'll talk. My Zoom is jacked up, and I don't know why you can't see me anymore, but I can see you guys. Anyway, I just wanted to know about you guys that are using the script, and you come across, it's a little bit like or Amber was just talking about, you come across people that haven't responded. Are you getting anywhere messaging them again and again and again? Because I just found this area in my Teamsy where it's a follow-up, and I've got a boatload of follow-up from last month that I didn't do. And I'm looking at them, and a lot of them are people that didn't respond at all. So I'm wondering if anyone has any success with people that just don't respond to their messages at all.
I haven't. In fact, I had one person actually respond when I went back to her and said, hey, I don't know if you saw this message, you know, that I sent you a week ago or whatever. And she's like, yeah, I did. I'm not interested.
Okay. I would rather have that than a non-response. And I know that, I think it was Amy Silverman that says she messages people until they delete her. I don't know that I need to be that aggressive, but I was just wondering if you guys had any luck with that. Diana,
yeah, I guess I haven't.
Times invited if no response, and all 3 times I quit. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's kind of my rule. Like if I've messaged them like twice before, I'll still send them a message. So I messaged them 3 times. If I get no response all 3 times, I'll quit. But I mean, I have had cases where, you know, I've messaged them the second time and they responded, or, you know, maybe it's the 3rd time. I think it just depends on the timing. But yeah, after 3 times, I just quit because I don't want to be annoying.
Okay. Thank you.
I wanted to say something.
Go ahead.
Diana, back to your confidence thing. I just wanted to tell you that when we had our shake and share and my family was the only people that showed up, my dad and my sister both said that they never, ever would have guessed that you had those issues with anxiety before, just like based on the confidence that you do have now, just the way you speak, you just speak so well. And I felt the same way. Like, I never would have known that about you either, just a few months ago that I met you. But I just wanted to tell you that. And I also wanted to say that I don't think our shake and share was a failure at all for this reason, because my sister showed up and I've had it, the idea in my head for a while now that I want her to be a coach. And so I think it was cool that she got to kind of see a little glimpse into what we do, and just like meeting you and Amber, I think kind of helped, because she told me that she really liked you. And I think that that was just kind of a good little nudge to get her a little more serious about it. So I think that was a big success for sure. So that's all I got. I just wanted to share that.
Oh, that's so sweet. Your family is so amazing. Seriously, can your dad be my dad? Like, he's so awesome. I love your family, but I love just getting to know your family and like all of us sharing our story. So that was fun. And like, yeah, when she said she was in college and, you know, we brought up you should just be a coach. Like, you could make some extra money at college. Like, why not? Right. So I hope she really does that. And that makes me feel so good. And that's kind of where it comes. Jen always said, you know, fake it till you make it. You know, fake the confidence until I really have it coming out, like until it's radiating off of me. So it must be working. Yay.
It's working for sure.
Well, thank you guys for all speaking. Does anybody else want to say anything else? Or I do want to say, since this is recorded,
this guy who's been absent.
Oh my God, there he comes out of nowhere.
I know, out of nowhere, out of left field. It's like, who's this guy? Does he even work here anymore? Okay, I know it's just been
Who
forever
are
since I've
you?
been on
I don't
calls.
recognize you.
Hello, guys. I'm Aaron, non-alcoholic. I'm just here to show up and say, hey, I'm a guy on the team. So as y'all know, my world is like organized chaos. It's what I live in. It's like, oh, hello, going on straight track. Oh, having babies. That's what I do. It's one thing I'm really good at. Ladies, one thing I want to know most is, so for me, scheduling posts just is almost non-existent. I won't lie. What type of schedule do you try to get yourself on, or what do you do when you feel like, hey, I've got to get some activity on my page? What is the best way to go about adding content of value? Speaking of little people, so to speak, what do y'all do when you find yourself kind of in a crunch? You're like, oh my gosh, I haven't scheduled anything in a while. I need to get something out there. I just need to show people that, hey, I'm still here, still doing my stuff. I'm still working out. What do you feel like? How do you schedule something just kind of out of the blue? Because that's what I do for the most part. I don't know if any of y'all have seen my like page here. It's a bunch of random things. It's so sad. I don't know if I'm coming or going anymore, but yeah. What do you
Diana said, put some like of your kids, talk about your family. What are things like, for me, it probably sounds crazy, but I talk kind of to myself, like that person that's like me. That's who I'm trying to attract to me, is more people like me so I can relate to them. You know, you want to attract people that you're going to relate to. You know, talk about your family, talk about being a dad of all girls. Hello. You know, and one boy, yes. But, you know, like, I'm just saying, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be able to talk about that kind of stuff. Like, you're like outpowered by estrogen like crazy. So, I mean, you can share that. Talk about what is it like? What is it like being a new dad again? And, that side of it. Because I think, some moms, we all get wrapped up in our own worlds. Like, we know what we feel like as moms, but we don't understand what the men feel. I mean, I literally have to pry stuff out of Joseph to even tell me things. I'm like, I had no idea he felt that way, or, that he has feelings. And so, I mean, talk about that stuff, share what you want to attract to you and your family, because you and Johanna talk, you're going to be a team, you're a team of coaches, work as a team on your page too. That's my personal advice. I mean, post things that are going to attract people, bring value to what you're talking about. And then Danielle said, just talk about exactly what you just said. All your chaos, because we all live in it every day. I swear, some people look like they have these sparkly lives, and when you talk to them on Messenger, you're like, oh my God, you're as crazy as I am. And you start to realize that we're all a little bit, crazy ourselves. So it's kind of nice to see that your life isn't perfect and that I can relate to you, because it's complete chaos. You may, not have it all together, but to share that it's nice. I really think that would, you can still share fitness posts, but talk about the things that, things that are going to relate to other families too. I mean, maybe get people knowing who Aaron is. Who are you? Not just a Beachbody coach. There's more to you. You're a dad. You're a husband, fiance. I'll just call you husband, because that's just what I'm going to call you. So, I mean, that's just other things you can do. I know Lee wants me to unmute her. Do you guys? I think it's this one. I think she might want to say something too. So Lee, are you on?
You got it. Hey, I'm here. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay, sorry, I'm going to move aside because there's chaos in my house too, Aaron. I think that might come with 4 kids. I wanted to say that everything they were saying for you to say just to be you and to share who you are authentically and the things that you struggle with, because if you can share the things you're getting somewhere on a fitness plan or in life or to work every day, and whatever struggles you face are the ones that the people around you need to hear, that you're able to do what you need to do despite what struggles you're facing. So I think that when you can say, like, one of my biggest things is that for some reason I procrastinate my workout every day. Like, how on earth? I know it makes me feel better, but I do it every day. So I don't want to say that every day, but I do want to point it out that I'm still facing the struggle, but here I am, and I'm powering through it, and I'm getting to do my workout, and I'm posting my sweaty selfie, and people are like, oh, wow, you motivated me because I wasn't going to do it, and I saw that you didn't want to do it, and you did it. So I feel like if that's your struggle, then kind of share that, and then share the happy times and the things you like Jen's saying, like what you enjoy, what makes you, those kinds of things. And that, I think you'll just attract people that are like you, that want to be around you or that have similar goals. And that's where you may or may not be able to help that person. Maybe you'll learn something from them, but the more that you share that you can give is kind of where it's at. And then I also wanted to say that just, in getting to know Diana recently and hearing just her come out on this call saying, yeah, this is me, and it's kind of crazy for me to be confident, but stretching myself is where it's at. Like, I want to say good job, because those are the things, successful people aren't any different than anyone else. They just do the things that everyone else doesn't want to do, that don't want to do. Like the things that are easy to do that you just say, look, I'll message my customers another time. I don't want to do that. It's going to take 10 minutes, but I can do that tomorrow. They do that. They do that consistently. They just do the little things that are easy not to do, that some of us just don't do. Those successful people just do them all the time. It's hard to meet 2 people. They meet 2 people, but they meet 4 people or 6 people. They just do the little things that we are like, maybe we don't want to do that today. They do all those things. So I loved hearing her, and Amber too. Like, you guys, I just want to say that this call filled me up, and I thank you. I couldn't be on it live or in the house or on Zoom, but I still got a lot out of it, and I just wanted you to know that, and I wanted to thank you for all of you for sharing and for showing up. You can mute me again.
Thanks, guys. We're actually going to run out of time, so I want to stop the recording. Thank all of